Yo. Yeah. Next time we good. I say, you know how the energy be in that other spot.
Yeah.
This feels like a square. Wait. Is it a square? No, no,
That's
no.
good.
It feels like a lump.
Okay. I'm gonna cut it and let you
Peel it.
peel it.
Top ain't completely frozen.
Really?
You see? You feel it?
It's melting a little bit. Yeah, it's okay.
Peace.
Peel it off.
With it.
Oh.
Peace, 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 peace.
Peace to y'all.
Don't
True.
drop it. Don't. We're trying to
Yeah,
peace, y'all.
Peace.
Oh, let me let
Not
y'all see
loving
what we
ourselves.
doing. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yay! Yay! Good job, Kalani.
We made a balloon out of ice.
Yes.
Now
Peace, y'all. So, what am I holding?
a ball piece of ice.
Yes. What am I holding? This is gonna be what we're gonna be doing with y'all for the ritual for the full moon tomorrow. This is a piece of ice,
Made out of balloons.
and we put it inside a balloon and froze it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna explain to you what you're gonna do with these. A couple of things that you can use these for. I don't want to hold up too much, and go ahead and get into what this is about. We had to move the ritual to tomorrow for a lot of different reasons, but some people didn't have the tools and supplies that they needed in place yet, because I know a lot of y'all want to be able to do this with us. So yes, so we are doing the fire and ice blood moon ritual tomorrow, and this will be a ritual of release, to release some things that a lot of us are ready to completely let go of and be done with.
Here, I got a very cold wet
So,
wipe, so it don't
Okay,
dry
thank you,
off.
sweetheart. So,
Is that fan too much?
not really.
Okay.
Cut the fan off for a second, Kalani. Okay, so we noticed that a few people, y'all needed some supplies. That was one thing. Then the other thing was, I somehow forgot about the most epic fucking verses ever. KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
So yes, we did. We changed the ritual. Yeah, we did, because I'm gonna get into that too. Okay. You see this? We just took it out the freezer. It's already melting, right? Okay. I can't tell y'all everything what we're gonna be doing, because if I do,
That ain't how it work.
right. So you see, I'm rubbing it on my face. I want to inspire you all for your magic to wake up. It's time for your magic to wake up. It's time for you to elevate your spiritual practices to actually support the person you want to be, the person you're creating, right?
Ooh, it's so neat.
It's time. So, as this is melting, we did the blog and showed you how to do this. Now, before I get into talking about anything hip hop, because hip hop is metaphysics at its fucking finest when it's really hip hop. I'm excited to get to that part, but I'm trying to take it slow. Now, the full blood moon ritual that we will be doing. So, if you have balloons, great. If you don't, that's fine. Okay? Tomorrow, during the ritual, I'm going to explain to you how you're going to program the water before you freeze it, so that you are literally freezing your fucking affirmations so that you can use them when you need them throughout the week, the month, so forth. Okay? Now, So I'm not gonna tell you everything right now, but I've gave y'all a lot with the blog already. Go back and read that. I used every type of astrology that I could find, found the best experts on the subject, and it all came together. So I was just like, damn. I felt like Rick James was like literally egging me on with this shit. So I was just like, okay, fire and desire. And then like the water element, and it just came to me, and I was like, oh my goodness, this shit finna be so fucking lit. Right? And I was so excited. So I've been working with this magic on my own to just feel, and I want to wake that up. It is time to wake it up. We are at a level now where our mental and emotional instabilities are causing our families, finances, all of that to reflect chaos and nothing else, you know, and that's not a way to live. For most EU melanated people, because we were born into a system that was very anti-dark, anti-black, anti-goddess, anti-feminine. Now, all of these things are the things that we are now cherishing, embracing, becoming, accepting. So we're in a period where we're being deconstructed. At the exact same time, we're being called to be different. That's a lot. And I get it. I just started back doing readings. Like y'all be like, whoa. I'd be like, these motherfuckers is so fucking lit and cold. They just need somebody to help give them direction to tap into their own power, right? And so when I created this with all of us in mind. This shit is so dope. I feel like this is some shit we can teach our kids and our kids and so forth to use and go back to, because the shit that we was raised using, it don't work in the age of Aquarius. That was age of Pisces shit, and it was great back then. But now it's like, whoa, that shit, no, we gotta buy a new tool belt. Right? So with the fire and ice ritual, we're gonna go over a little bit of that, because I feel like maybe some people weren't quite sure what they was getting involved in. You hear full moon, blood, you hear these elements, and then you hear mass and group, and it's like, yo, I don't know if I'm ready for that. But if you're watching this shit, you've been ready for that. Like we're just awakening what's already in you anyway. You wouldn't even be watching us if this was not the vibration that feels like home for you.
Yeah.
You know? So, but yes, so I would have done grave harm to not treat that fucking epic moment if it was not epic, to see my black kings and gods using their throat chakras. Ashe.
Thank you, Leslie.
Oh, you know I'm finna talk some big pyramid shit now, Leslie. You done came in here raining on me and shit. You know, like when you go to the strip club and like when you really raining on a motherfucker, she really get the twerking. Like she pulled some tricks out. So thank you, big pyramid shit. Finna pull some tricks out. Made that return to you. Yes, goddamn right.
You.
Yes, make it rain, mother. Y'all know y'all been strip club making it rain. Don't be dry when you come over here to our channel. Go ahead and go make it rain.
Make it rain.
But yes, may they return to you. You already know what it is. It's love, reciprocity.
Yes.
But yes. So from getting back to doing readings and really like feeling y'all heart space and hearing your challenges and where you are, and like the common theme that I'm seeing is just so many belief systems, and we don't even want to talk about people right now. Let's just talk about the systems that's crashing down. And so now you feel like you're losing parts of yourself. You're meeting parts of yourself that's probably difficult to see, you know, and then you're losing what you once thought was. So that's a lot, and we're going through these death and rebirth cycles with this astrological alignment, with this movement of this energy. So this is the time to be magical. I have not really done any research or anything. All I know is that we do not want to take people's power away from them. We want y'all to have so much power. Well, whatever going on in your life, if you don't change it, your fucking perspective and your words, you literally build fucking pyramids with your words. You begin using your words to build. Like I'm serious, y'all, because we are so powerful as individuals. So what happens when we come together on one motherfucking accord? Ain't nobody trying to take nothing from nobody. Ain't nobody being disingenuous and not authentic. We ain't afraid that somebody else in the group, they might do the literal. Hell, you might surpass us, you know? And in places where we coming to you like, damn, can we book a reading? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the fuck we talking about over here. That's what we own. That's why we ain't popular. We don't do nothing the way people think we should. I'm looking for every motherfucking unorthodox way to manifest that I possibly can, because manifesting from a place of orthodoxy, it causes pain and suffering, and it's unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. So, okay, we were gonna do it tonight. And I was like, tonight is the night. You know, I'm gonna make these motherfuckers a woman. And then I was just like, wait, is something else going on? So I called, I was like, babe, like minutes before, I'm like, we got a few more supplies that we need because, you know, I really want to be ready for tomorrow and we need to have everything right. And then, like, I opened YouTube. I don't even remember why, but I opened YouTube and I see Big Daddy Kane KRS-One verses. The ancestors immediately started speaking to me. They were just like, do not do that ritual tonight. I was just like, well, you know, people ain't gonna understand that. They bought tickets. They're expecting to do it tonight, yada, yada, yada. The ancestors was like, fuck all that shit. Y'all either want power and transformation or you don't. You have to learn how to pay attention to signs, symbols, and synchronicity. You have to learn how to align yourself and move within the laws of hermetics so that it works for you, so that you're not disempowering yourself. And I'm like, whoa, like, damn, I didn't know this shit was that serious to y'all. And they was just like, no, this shit is serious. This shit is so serious that this shit get y'all murdered and killed. When you try to get your masters, what the fuck happens to you? This shit is that serious. Why do you think the small hats want to own your masters? This shit is serious. This shit is magic. This shit is metaphysics. The empire needs to be rebuilt. Who the fuck go step up and build it? Who go do it? So I was just like, damn, okay. It was a challenge for me. I have that people-pleasing thing. People always talk about, hey, she's always talking about Ernest's shit. Well, what about hers? I talk about my shit all the time. I'm a people-pleaser. I'm a diplomat. I want everybody happy, right? But it just cannot be. So I was like, okay, I'm probably going to make some people unhappy with me. It is what it is. I have to move when spirit is giving me assistance and telling me how to be in the best position to do what I do. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I'm literally having like crown chakra orgasms. And like, look at these beautiful black men. Look at these beautiful black and brown EU melanated neuromelon. I got the fucking Milky Way flowing through my veins. Cosmic energy on stage. They not being shot. We not watching them being arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's so epic, and I felt a ripple going across the universe. I saw it. And they were just like, this is just a snapshot of what y'all could be, what you could create. And I was just like, yo, this ritual is timed so perfect, because they was like, it's time to reawaken the metaphysical aspects within you. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. And it was so clear. So clear. So as I watch these men, they're battling, but they not destroying each other. That shit foreign to these younger generations. But we dropped the motherfucking ball. We dropped the ball. We did. We forgot our own greatness. We forgot how to use words that build pyramids. Fuck building a pyramid with your hands. Like that, yeah, all that shit is great. But I want people to be in a space where their words are laying cornerstones to not just support the person that you becoming, but so that your kids and your grandkids and the souls that you touch, that you awaken something in them. We are those stones. We
Yes.
are those blocks. And as long as we're competing with each other, suppressing each other, oppressing
get
each
built.
other, we will not return to our empires. The golden age will not come like that. That was primordial chaos energy that was being organized and maintained. These men are up in age. So with age, yes, you might not have this much wind and you all of these things. And because people are so fucking petty and immature, selfish, and have such low self-esteem, for some people, the best way to deal with that is to project. So I was, picking up on some of the negative shit that people were saying, but I'm watching this shit through the eyes of the ancestors and through spirit. And what I see is wisdom. And when your body don't allow you to do something the way that you used to, maybe you can't drop it in a split anymore. But what else can you do? That's talking big pyramid shit. They still talking they shit, but they maintaining their energy. They maintaining, they know their stamina. They know their limits. They weren't afraid to slow down when they needed to slow down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's wisdom in that. What the fuck is a master of ceremony? That's firepower that you're speaking. That's dragon talk. And this is once how we use our words. Now our words have been weaponized, even in fucking relationships, even with our children. Like we be so fucking frustrated about all the things in our life that's wrong that we don't know how to use our words to build pyramids. We ain't doing shit but kicking over everybody else's sandcastle because theirs look better than ours. Like energetically, keep it real. This is that shadow aspect. All of us got it. All of us got these shadow aspects. But how do you get from the shadow aspect? How do you get integrated and then actually start accessing this shit that's yours because of your birthright? Like how do you get there? And so this ritual was created to help us get there. And saying that tonight, it was like the ancestors was giving me the motherfucking ashe.
Ashe.
They like, yes, take the keys to the people who've been outcasted.
Yes.
Take the keys to the people who've been black sheep. Take the keys to the people who their families feel like you're just like a fucking cursed ass. I don't know what the fuck to think about you, kid. I really don't like you. Some of us was raised by people who really didn't like who we were in our authentic selves, so we lost ourselves.
That's it.
Right? And this ain't, and you shouldn't even feel nothing negative towards whoever raised you or whoever fucked you up or whoever raped you and molested you and abused you. Like, at this point, we should be like, shit, that shit made me. It might have been horrible, but I appreciate who the fuck I am. And that was part of my I amness. So I can work with it. Right? I can work with it. And so these men had their limitations, but they was keeping their ego neutralized. But when it was time to let that motherfucker talk that big pyramid shit, here come the ego. And they were channeling that energy in the right place. It was healthy. We've been so weaponized.
They showed it.
You don't see young people. Young people don't even know how. Melanated women, it's so rare to see two melanated women that's really fucking wholeheartedly, I support you. I fuck with you, sis. I may not agree with everything that you do, but I love you. This shit is unconditional. Do your thing. I may not understand why you believe what you believe, but I see you doing your thing. Like that, that's a whole different type of magic. It's the magic of knowing how to collaboratively be who you are. So this ritual is so that we can get in a space where we don't have to feel like everybody is a fucking challenge that we got to try to beat down so we can be great.
That's right.
Ashe, may they return to you. Thank you. Who's that? IAGNF. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for being
Thanks for
you.
being you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
Thank
you.
Yes.
Ashe, we received that.
May that return back to you multiplied.
Man, I'm sitting up there. I don't know if y'all watched it. I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm looking at it, but I'm channeling.
Yeah.
But
Keep
just
speaking,
watching
keep
watching that. And you know what the ancestors was showing me? They was just like the energy on the planet is shifting. Now, it's some shit that I remote viewed tonight that I'm not going to put here. If you want to know what I saw, that's going to be as Patreon talk. You know what I'm saying? But trust and believe, a lot of shit finna move different. See, so the ancestral realm is now filled with a lot of youthful people who was taken right in the middle of their transformation to becoming their best version of themselves. From Nipsey to DMX, and we could take it all the way across the board and keep going. I mean, the list is so fucking long now.
Right.
Even losing Pop Smoke and losing XXX Temptation and losing like these young minds. Yes, they may have been chaos beings who really was having a difficulty with direction and managing it, but they were bringing in a wave of newness. And so this is the time for the OGs to step up and show how it's done.
Facts.
Didn't nobody want to shoot each other. Nobody had they shooters up on the stage waving their pistols around and shit. Like, you know, nobody was on it. It was unnecessary. To get that many EU melanated people together. It's you melanin, but I like to say EU, goddamn it. To make it very clear. Together, and nobody was killing one another.
On a unified vibe.
That shit. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. It's some shit.
What hip-hop was about.
Yes, it's just some shit that you ain't gonna be able to manifest by yourself.
That's right.
And if we don't learn how to have this camaraderie and be tribal, like, this is not the soul tribe for you, because over here we're desiring to move in a space where we can be tribal, we can all be different, we can all disagree, but we go respect one another.
Yes.
That's big pyramid shit. You talk that shit until you start walking that shit, and then we restore ourselves. We go back to the greatness in which we are headed to. They was channeling. See, when a MC, it's not coincidental that hip hop MC is master of ceremony. That's not a coincidence. I would even go as far to say hip hop was the metaphysical expression of the history that's encoded in our fucking DNA. And what happens is, especially with men that's full of this neuromelanin, when they start using their words to build, when they realize, okay, my ego has a place, but I don't need to use that on my woman, I don't need to use it on my kids, my ego got a place, but I'm gonna put it where it needs to be. Then you don't become the person who became a victim to a system and got weaponized while you were sleeping. You feel me? You then go to a new level where you are mastering yourself. Every day is a ceremony. Every day that you wake up is a ceremony. Every time that fucking sun rises is a ceremony. Right? When the moon shines, it's a ceremony. Every day is a ceremony.
Yes.
We are supposed to be masters of the universe.
Yes.
So when you mastering yourself, you are mastering the fucking universe. You see?
I say.
To not be bound by belief systems that's outdated, and you know, to not be bound by those things. That is the true path of a sacred rebel, where you are finding your way. You are creating your own way. You don't want nobody else's way. You don't want Jesus' way. You don't want, no, you look at everything and like, no, I'm going to take from everything that I've learned and see and culminate that shit into something that's going to be of substance. See, we lost that. So now we're in energy. This is going to the magic on this planet went to a whole other level. Okay, and I will end up going deeper into this, but I'm just gonna say this. Y'all know I've been revealing this. Like, you melanated men, they are key to what's happening on this planet. Yes, the divine feminine is rising and all of that is true, but the part that they play is probably a very difficult part for them, just because of the system that we've been under of patriarchy. So they're having to let that shit die so that this matrilineal vibrational influence can sweep the earth. So this ritual is to help all of us to have a oneness and to be able to come together, support one another, and not be on that clown shit where we feel like I only feel great if others are not seeming to surpass me. And I know that that comes from a wounded space. But it's time for us to shift. I don't know who put this together, and I don't know what spiritual advisors that they talking to, but the timing of this shit was so huge. I saw deceased people. I'm telling y'all, I'm sitting there looking and I'm seeing people tuning into Earth just to see what the fuck was going on tonight. That shit caused a ripple across space. I felt time suspend. And I was like, shit. This was the whole purpose. To weaken men, only to weaponize them so that they would do the dirty work and not even know they're doing it. So the reason why I wanted to bring in the water and the ice was to help cool some of that down. So
we are water.
Right.
We are fire.
We're all the elements. Right? So using these elements and learning how to work with these energies to make it work for you. Your throat chakra and the words that you speak, your soul is basically, it's like a vinyl record. So when you speak, that the imprints that's within your cellular DNA. I'm talking about the part that they call junk because they haven't been able to access it the way that they want to. That part. When you speak, you may not even know what ancestors are supporting you on your journey. You don't have to know. You know, but it's happening. And you know, and sometimes, you know, like Big Daddy Kane, he was so far ahead of his time. People were trying to say who won, and I'm like, it's not even about that. they both walked off that bitch winners.
That's right.
Because it's a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them is worried about what the fuck anybody else has to say. That's sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we don't have peace of mind is because we have become aware of the areas where we are weak, limited, and don't have sovereignty. And maybe it's things that you're ashamed of to admit.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I intentionally do shit that trigger that part of me that want to feel shame, right?
Mm-hmm.
I intentionally would be like, fuck makeup, not doing it today. You know, like we just gonna go live in our bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the routine shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to lead with your heart. What do you feel?
Yeah.
Not logic.
Yeah.
What do you feel? Get into it.
Yeah.
Literally get into it. What is your heart saying? You know, and so I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful for this ceremony we're gonna do together. Tonight was just such confirmation. I almost felt like it opened a way or something. Like this was like road opener energy. They weren't up there just doing that shit on some ego shit. Come on now. They very aware what the fuck is happening, and we have to understand code.
Did you see?
Because spirit speaking code.
Did y'all see how Big Daddy Kane, every time something got too far in the ego, he shut it down? Especially when the DJs was about to go again, he was like, cut that. You know what I'm saying? He cut that down every time.
Yes,
Because he
absolutely.
know it ain't about that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't need to make another brother feel small to feel great. It's a fucking state of mind.
That's right.
Like I don't need. Somebody was commenting about it or something. I'm like, that shit just fun. It's beautiful. It's fun. You know, like I love to hear different opinions. It helps me to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he was getting ready to, you know, Big Daddy Kane, like he's saying, KRS won a few times. It's like, hold on, let me pull back. You know, because that's primordial energy that you're rolling in. So, you know, you to be able to maintain the energy of a crowd and to be able to maintain the energy within themselves, the level of greatness of what that entails. And so I really believe that when EU melanated men are focused on who the true enemy is, now you're getting into a whole other dimension of consciousness and the possibilities of what can happen.
That's right. Yep.
If you saw the faces of young people, like the young rappers who was there, just go back and look at their faces. They had fucking revelations about themselves. These motherfuckers mastered this ceremony so deep where this shit became a fucking ayahuasca experiment. a verbal ayahuasca. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight medicine. Straight just spitting from my fucking soul. People was like, I never heard KRS-One cuss this much. I'm like, yeah, that nigga in primordial energy right now. He ain't worried about that. He's allowing expression to express itself in the fashion that it needs to be fucking expressed. You can't do nothing but respect that. His authentic self might like cussing a little bit more than he used to. You know? But whenever you're observing this, ask yourself, like, am I ready to be in a bigger space? I'm saying I want a bigger house. I want to manifest a relationship. I want to manifest this certain vehicle. I want to manifest this certain amount of finances. Whatever it is in life that you want to master, like, are you really ready to handle that amount of energy, and how responsible will you be with it? For a lot of us, it ain't came yet because we just don't have the responsibility that we need to be able to manage energy. That's really what all of this is about. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Like, let's simplify. I always want to simplify. So the ceremony we're doing together would be awakening your magic. Men especially, like, I really need y'all to step into y'all practitioner shit. Get on your shit, because y'all got this atomic Betelgeuse ass ready to be an exorcist on the planet, or anything that's suppressing and is not healthy and toxic. Once you start stepping into that energy, you step out of the toxicity from your wounded self. You know that shit is like kid shit, and you be like, no, I don't know. And you be like, KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, and like, shit, both of us great. And that's the energy you carry with you. So you ain't gonna need to tear people down. You ain't gonna need to get mad as much. You ain't gonna need to threaten people. You know, it's meekness is strength that you don't have to use in a way that's oppressive. You know, when you meek, it's like, I know my power, but I pick and choose how I use it with my wise mind, and not my reptilian mind, not my goat mind, not allowing my past experiences that really changed the neural pathways inside of my brain, where I don't even know how to be. A lot of men don't even know how to be with a woman anymore, because we've been hijacked and hacked. The music been hacked, the food been hacked. I mean, it's so much feminine, it's so many feminine hormones in food and drinks now. Men can't help but to have a lot of fucking feminine energy that's unbalanced, and they don't know what to do with it. Maybe you had an unconscious mother and you grew up on drinking formula. That shit don't leave you. It has an impact on you. So you have to be able to look at it and say, look, the world consciousness is coming from every direction. I really can't afford to be out here reckless anymore with my throat chakra. I can't be reckless anymore with my phallus and how I'm using it. I don't want to be reckless with any of myself.
That's right.
Because ultimately, you might not be doing drive-bys and shit, but I can guarantee you it's an area of your life where your negativity and your ass be locked and loaded, ready to get at any motherfucker who act like they want to smoke. Let's be real. The issue is not your firepower, but who is the enemy? Who do you need to target and focus on? For most of us, the enemy is us.
That's right.
We at war with ourselves. The false self and the authentic self is both fighting for the stage. So integration is when you get to a space where you know, I'm light and dark. I'm angel and demon. I'm healthy and toxic. And once you get in a space where you've been honest with yourself, then from that space, you can actually be ready for the stuff that you think you're ready for. Now,
Ready to break it?
as I'm sitting here talking, you see it's steady melting. It's going to be gone really soon. You can take it and play with it if you want to.
Wait,
Go in the bathroom.
When are we gonna break it?
Not right now. It's a little surprise we save it for tomorrow, but you can go play with it if you
But
want
it's
to.
not gonna be. But it's still not gonna be frozen.
Yeah. We'll freeze another one. When we get done, we're going to freeze more. So, as the white galactic wizard, I was just like, what is within my possibility to give to the people who are ready to shift? We just watched a mass ceremony of unification, appreciating diversity. They brought so many other people out that they were willing to share the stage with, and it wasn't an issue. If you're not in a space where you can do that, you're too unbalanced to manifest some of the things that maybe that you want. And we want you to be able to have whatever it is that you want. You know, this shit that we do is not for clout. Like genuinely, we want to see
Right.
people be great.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what we just watched. The small hats panicked. These motherfuckers is learning how to be unified again. Oh shit. So yeah, we'll have some false flags and plans.
More distractions and shit.
Don't let it distract you.
And DECODINGS.
You will probably go to work tomorrow and motherfuckers will go from talking about how great it was to being divisive, to gossiping, stabbing you in the back, going and telling your supervisor you did some shit that you didn't do. Don't let it shock you.
That's the underworld. Low vibration.
We in the underworld. It is what it is. We here. Right? We signed up to be here because we was equipped with what we needed to be here. So for and I'm gonna let you chime in because I'm sure it's something you want to share. So, but for those of you who know that there's something more, that's why we made it so inexpensive. Now I'm gonna tell you how crazy we are as human beings. When we see something that's marked down, it like has less value. When we see something expensive, we like, that must mean that shit good, right? This how we do. I do it too, right? So then, but when we see something that's expensive and maybe it's more expensive, it costs more than what we have, we be like, that's fucked up. Look how much they charging to get this spell or this ceremony or do this or do that, right? We vacillate between they charging too much to that price make me suspicious, you know? So we priced it low because we know that for a lot of us, the economic system is also being restructured. So a lot of us are having to get new jobs, create new businesses, use savings money. Maybe some of us don't know where rent go come from, you know? Like this shit, to be able to be in a space where you are going through a spiritual awakening, but you want to be of assistance to other people too. Like, you know, that's what comes with that. So that's why it only costs $11.11. But don't look at that and think that means that the value of it is less. The value is so much more, and only those with eyes to see, ears to hear, and a mind to understand will even be able to perceive that. So that's why it's that price, because what I see from here is that we're going to be in a space as we are being catalyzed to change our approaches, to deconstruct belief systems that don't support our relationships, because ultimately everything in life is a relationship.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Everything in life is some type of soul contract or agreement, right? So what happens is, as we're shifting, we in that middle space right now. So some people may have more financial stability. Some people may have more emotional stability. We all have something different to offer, just like we all have issues. Okay? So that's why it's priced so low. Most people, they put on a website, this is what it's worth, and have it scratched through in the price, to just help you see the value of what you're getting. So I wanted to say that as well, because the prices will change. But right now, we know there's a few more people who probably just ain't got to that point economically yet. So this is our offering, you know. And again, this is to me, this is me speaking. I'm not speaking for both of us. But to me, like, blood, sweat, and tears really do go into everything that I fucking do. Real talk. There's no way I could ever get on here and tell y'all to try to teach y'all some shit, and I'm not doing it. I'm not experiencing it. I've even gotten on him, like, if you're not mastering something, don't you know, like, just be like, I ain't mastered that. Yeah, I ain't mastered that yet, but I'm working on it. You know, like, it's okay to be in that space where you're working on it. And I know a lot of us, that's the space that we in. So tonight, what they saw happen, that's the awakening of the God particle, right? That's that part of you where the ancestors literally start their consciousness. And when I'm saying this, there is a law called the law of hereditary. The law of, it's a hereditary law based on hereditary. I just learned this like recently. Was like, wow, I never knew about the law of hereditary, but that is a law. Look that up. So right now, most of us have been just focused on how we got traumatized and how we became how we are. I say thank you. I ain't got my glasses on, y'all, so I cannot see. I shave Nita. May that return to you.
Yeah. Multiplied in abundance.
So what happens is, I'm going to be using what I have been given to help us shift focus from the trauma that has been passed down to us to the power. And I believe whatever level of trauma you have experienced, that typically is a clue as to the amount of power that you hold. And that's why for most starseeds, it seemed like we had the most dysfunctional upbringings, you know? And it's because of the power that we hold. There are laws in this universe, and none of us are above them, right? But some of us are wise enough to observe them, observe ourselves, and plan accordingly. Be a master of the ceremony that you call life. It can be what you make it. One other thing before I stop. If y'all wanna go deeper into what this ceremony is about, just go read the blog. You don't need a whole lot of stuff, and you still got another day to gather your things. I really want y'all to be able to experience this for yourself, even if you just tune in to watch it and then recreate it and do it your own way. Like, take that shit and get jiggy with it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's such powerful magic. But the way that Big Daddy Kane, even though some could say he was a ladies' man, right? It don't take away from the honor that he is able to display to the feminine. He did something I never see young people do. You know? He brought Roxanne Shante out. I mean, like, I don't even...
Just to give...
You jump in, baby.
Yeah, he brought her out just to give honor and respect and the praise due to her for her being instrumental in his career and the others that he named. You know what I'm saying? But he was giving honor to the divine feminine. He was acknowledging her and gave her the stage.
He did.
To do what she wanted to do.
He did.
Yep. So that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The shit is shifting. The shit hitting the fan first. But some of us appreciate the shit and the fan. And I'm a fan of the shit. You know?
Yeah.
And yes. So we want your words to build pyramids, to build structures that will allow more capacity for your energy to become laser-like, to where you can like literally etch in fucking stone. And when you leave your physical body, you have left an imprint on this planet that's leading to it being a better place. So we're going to be working with fire. We're going to be working with water and ice. And I'm going to do one more giveaway. I'm so excited about it. I want to tell y'all every surprise that we have for y'all, but I'm not. But this ain't nothing you go find in no book nowhere. And I just think that a lot of us been putting in the work but the energy kind of been all over the place.
Can you buy this thing? It's
And
only $12.
because the energy, okay, sweetheart, because the energy is all over the place, you're not seeing outcomes that reflect what it is that you feel in your heart and see in your mind's eye. So this is going to allow you, with the water energy, we're going to program it, and I'm going to show you how you can stretch it out. We're depending on the day, what you need. So let me tell you what else you might need. If you got an ice tray, even better. I just mentioned the mason jar, balloons, just anything that can hold water. So you want something that can hold water where it's clean enough for you to put it in your body. We're going to freeze it. And then you can also have something that holds water. And I'm going to show you, we need to put some more in the freezer tonight. Okay. I'm going to show y'all a meditation that it's a meditation combined with magic all in one. And my fucking mind is blown right now just trying to explain this to y'all. But the water is gonna hold that energy for you. And so if you happen to be dealing with things like bipolar, manic depression, borderline personality disorder, narcissism, codependency, maybe rage, and you really don't feel like you have a way of exerting that in a healthy manner where it's not harming people. And so what happens when you have all of this energy inside of you, you know, they develop all these different words, but ultimately it's just the imbalance. Ultimately it's not an integration between your lower self and your higher self. Ultimately your lower chakras and your higher chakras, they're not working together for you because they've been weaponized with programs, seeds, seed mantras. That's why mantras and chants are so powerful. Sounds, you know, we've gone over this. Music was always meant to be medicine. And we live in a world now where a virus that exists in nature naturally, you know, gets weaponized. Or dark matter that comes from inner earth, right? Agartha, and then it gets weaponized, you know? That's the fact of the matter. But we're part of the fucking problem. And before you can become a part of the solution, you must face the fact that you have been a part of the problem. You are the common denominator in your own life and your own reality. And that's okay. We all have imbalances.
That's all I want to say.
So with the ice that's gonna harness the big pyramid shit words that you are gonna speak about yourself. Okay? So very specific. I'm gonna give you one thing just in case somebody watching this and you missed the event, you catch it late or whatever. But ice can be used to trigger your brain to exit fight or flight. Okay? So this is, y'all can do your own research. You got all night tonight and tomorrow to prepare for tomorrow. But I know that this has been happening. I know that y'all have these moments where you feel like your ass is possessed. When you look back, you be like, damn, was I possessed or something? Like, what was going on with me? And it's no need to beat yourself up about it because it is happening and we are all experiencing different variations of our own sicknesses and imbalances. And so ice alone, the temperature, it will reset your nervous system. It will jolt you just enough that the hacking that's happening stops. And you hold that ice in your hand and literally you will feel yourself, that fire energy going down, and then you able to be more attuned and respond in a way that's actually going to benefit you instead of sabotage you. Okay. So, yeah, we getting it in. Like if you know, if this is new for you, like I said, our website has a plethora of things for the newbies, for experts, whoever. Everybody is welcome. You know, just bring like I said, bring respect. I ain't gonna even say bring good vibes. I don't care what kind of vibes you in. That's you, and that's your vibe that you're in, you know, and maybe you might be in a really dark space. Bring it. Bring it with you. Bring it with you with love. Bring your pain with you. Bring your fear with you. Bring your shame with you. Be like, okay, I'm not gonna try to get rid of you. It's something that I need to learn about myself, about this emotion. So just come on. That all, you know how you get, you watching the kids, and maybe your auntie kids ain't quite like your kids, and they can be a little babyish sometimes. You just be like, come on. You ain't gonna leave them at home by themselves, you know. Come on. You know, just bring it with you. We, you know, come as you are. You know, come as you are. And we're going to give y'all the tools. So go check that out and see what you need to get and get ready. Magic on this planet just got activated. That was not a concert what we were watching. That was not entertainment what we were watching. That was interliberation, interunification, interapotheosis, enter what it is to be a God body, enter what it is to master over yourself, where you can share the stage. These young rappers out here, they ain't like, hey, bring so-and-so, wait a minute, hold up, stop. Concert can't even go on until we do this. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual lesson that Big Daddy Kane showed us.
Yep.
He know what the fuck is going on. And see, when you get in a certain vibration with the feminine, where you're treating the feminine as sacred, you don't feel like you need to control and possess and abuse. You know, and you'll even start being more gentle with your own self, you know? And so this is the space that we're in. Fellas, I know most of your life you've been told that you were all masculine. But fellas, I think y'all might even have more feminine traits than some of us female incarnates, because of the weaponization of the food, right? What's been happening with the music, the programming, really, I mean, everything. Like, that's beautiful. And they even trying to weaponize that. Y'all figuring out, wait, I got feminine energy too, and I can actually use this to cultivate myself, to reparent myself, to remother myself, to nourish myself, love myself unconditionally. I'm going to be the parent to myself that I needed now, to my wounded inner child. Like, they know that they know we figuring this shit out, right? So it's just like, okay, let's weaponize that. So we're going to take men, make men wear pink, effeminize them, emasculate them, castrate them, right, and make it look like entertainment, just to confuse. Let's just confuse a little more. So you know, you gotta stay focused, fellas. How are you treating your feminine energy within you and outside of you? That's gonna be a huge determining factor in your success on the planet in the age of Aquarius. I'm done, because if I get on my shit, and I need to learn how to master my energy. So
She said if she get on her shit, I really think you been on your shit for the last, how long we been on? Since we been on, she been on her shit, right? Okay, that's where I'm
yeah.
gonna start. I just wanted to let you know. Thank you, love. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Oracle, because you always say everything to hit right here. You know what I'm saying? And I know they feel it. I know they know it. And so, a couple of things that I want to say, definitely, is one about self-confidence. That is the area that me, first and foremost, have to work on balancing my self-confidence. Our self-confidence will make or break us. Our self-confidence keeps us in places of lack. Our self-confidence keeps us in a vibration that will continue drawing in those things that we subconsciously are ruminating on. Our conscious mind is saying we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. But because of our self-confidence and where it is, we'll be attracting those things that we really don't want, but are based in how we really and truly feel about ourselves. So that's why self-confidence is so huge right now. Building yourself up, really getting to know yourself. The second thing that I want to say, which piggybacks on everything she's been saying, is know who the enemy is.
Yeah.
The enemy in our relationship, because of my trauma and because of some of the things that I've experienced growing up, one of my conditionings is a hypersensitivity to where I'm prone to feel slighted or accused. And so there are many times in our relationship where she is the enemy perceived within my psyche, but she is not my enemy.
Yeah.
Guess who my enemy is? It's within. And so knowing who the enemy is will help us in this war we in as well. Now that I know I'm my own enemy, I don't have to look at nobody else, whether it's her, whether whoever. I don't look at nobody else as though they're the enemy, because first and foremost, I'm in control, and I must be in control of how I respond, how I move, how I react to any situation. And so now that I know I'm my own enemy, guess what? Now I can navigate better. I can navigate with clarity. I can work my magic with clarity. I can heal. I'm healing. And then I'm confident now. And I'm confident in what I know. And I'm confident in how I move. So building yourself up, getting to know yourself, really strengthening and integrating all the aspects about you, and then realizing that ain't no enemies outside of yourself. People gonna be people. That's why I say ain't no enemies outside of yourself. People gonna be people. These entities that are present, they just present. Now that we know what we know, shit, you can use some of these entities to your advantage.
Absolutely.
But you gotta first be fully integrated with yourself, so you won't perceive everything as an enemy or a threat. You know how to neutralize threats.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how to neutralize our own threat, our own egos? I wanna read the astrology. Can I read the astrology?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna read the astrology for this full moon. The full blood moon, which is tomorrow, October 20th. On October 20th, during the final days of Libra season, fall's first full moon will rise in the bold sign of Aries, which puts a fire under our goals and asks our inner leaders to step up and shine. The October 2021 full moon is making some tense connections with several other planets. So try to go with the flow, avoid the drama, and let go of your need to be in control. This lunation is commonly known as the Hunter's Moon, and according to the Farmer's Almanac, its other nicknames include the Blood Moon and Sanguine Moon, both very appropriate for this Halloween time. If you want to get into the spooky season spirit, this is a gorgeous full moon to plan a release ritual and focus on making space for your heart's true desires. So again,
Fire and desire.
the fire and ice, the
Yes.
fire and ice, man, tribal ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
y'all go to the website. Y'all go ahead and get with us. Get your tickets so we can do this. Thank you again.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you again.
Look, I'm not gonna be easy on y'all. I
Thank
had
you
already
again.
told y'all, like when Collie and Segment
say to
pulled
you.
up on me on August 8th, I was like, you know, it's a place for the kind, loving mother, and it's a place for the ferocious, wild, primordial feminine. And yes, that's necessary. That's necessary, right? You know. So we go get it in and do this. And you know, I know that a lot of y'all are feeling the physical symptoms of this. It's not just about the psychological, right? But the physical. I've talked about this very openly. Headaches, dizziness, so many various things. Everybody's experiencing something different. So yeah, we know we in a fucking microwave, right? Mother Earth has been turned into a microwave. And you know, we're here now. So it don't serve us to ruminate on what's wrong. We know we're here. What the fuck are we gonna do about it? That's just it. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do different? Are you gonna challenge your fear? Are you gonna see if your fear is protecting you or is it blocking you? You know, you don't know until you challenge it. You don't know until you challenge it. So for those of you who feel like, you know, black people be with the shit and I can't fuck with nobody no more. Everybody, I feel you. I feel you so much that I question why I still do this. I feel you, but I also know that there is a greatness that we can have together. And we could be on a stage together and be great together.
Right. That's right.
And I know it sounds like a pipe dream to most in a fantasy, but this shit go happen. This shit is happening. That's collaborative right. Dreaming. This shit is happening.
That's it.
We become unstoppable and unfuckwittable when we know our power. Ashe. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the love. Love you back.
So this is gonna be
May
dope.
That return back to you multiplied.
For those of you dealing with the physical symptoms, it's showing up for you physically a lot. I know it's to the point where you're like, damn, do I need to go to the doctor? Like, what do I need to do? I know that everybody is internet gods and shit, so they think they got the answers, you know. Like, what does the god of the internet say? I get it. So many people offer so many solutions, and you don't know what's what. You don't know what will work best for you, what will suit you, and you just trying shit, just hoping that something give you a breakthrough. I'm in that same space, and I'm in that space where I'm going so fucking hard to where I'm scaring my own self by what I'm willing to challenge to see if this limitation is serving me or doing me a disservice to you know, hold on to it. So so I'll be very open about some of the things that's coming up that I'm gonna do. It was really, really important for me to take a pause and do this first, what we're gonna do together, and then after that I will be leading by example, and I am like jumping into abyss all over again to deconstruct, to kill and murder everything that I thought I was, so that I can become everything I was always meant to be. So you know, death is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Hello.
Death is a part of life.
Hello.
You know.
That's right.
Yeah, so tomorrow the full blood moon is going down. We had the road openers come today on the planet. Like, y'all, if y'all don't rap, y'all don't know. It takes so much wind. It takes so much fire. You literally have to use everything in you, especially when you're not young no more. Your youth ain't on your side. You got to tap into something else. Right. You got to tap into wisdom. Right. You have to tap into the ancestral realm. And KRS-One, he's like the historical, philosophical. You know what I'm saying? Like, he owns some, it's a whole other shit. And then you got Big Daddy Kane. he bringing a whole other kind of energy to it, and which is it's all beautiful. Everybody, it's all beautiful. It's like we can all be wealthy, we can all be healthy, we can all be great together. But let's stop shaming the people who having health issues or mental issues or emotional issues. Like the conscious community has become so fucking toxic, and I'm not vibing with that shit at all. So I create solutions, right? I'm not out here trying to benefit off of people's pain, and I'm seeing that so much, you know. So yeah, we go get it in. I know a lot of y'all feel the same way we do. So really sit down tonight, like, so you not bringing no bullshit tomorrow. And when I say that, I mean the ego will have you focusing on some shit that's really not going to help you transform and heal, because the ego is afraid of change. And don't be mad at your ego for being afraid of change, you know, but just recognize when it's the ego and when it's your higher self.
It's the like we were talking, it's the mundane things that we've in the past wanted to continue to affirm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to be wealthy, you want to be healthy, you want to be successful, you know what I'm saying? You want to be empowered. But what about those things that you're struggling with the most?
Be still, sweetheart.
Those things that you're struggling with the most, realistically, on just your
Go brush your teeth.
most basic level.
When we get off,
Those things that you're struggling with the most, those are the things that you want to write a reversal to affirm. You create that reversal of those things that you're struggling with the most. Like I said, for me, that's self-confidence. For me, that's my nervous system being regulated. The list can go on and on and on, but those are the areas that you hit. You hit those areas, the success gonna come.
Yeah.
The greatness is there.
Yeah.
The empowerment is there.
Yeah.
But it's those areas right there, like that part, that hold us back.
Yeah. And it's not the ego's fault. It just came in to put you in fight or flight, to put you in freeze, so that you could survive your upbringing or whatever was happening with you. We don't need those tools anymore, you know. So it's just like letting the wounded party, you know, it's okay. I know you see me moving and moving furniture around and shit in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm remodeling. I added on a room, you know, like, yeah, that room actually got 72 demons of the Goetia. Your ego like, whoa, hold on now, no, nigga, we ain't doing that. Demons, you know. You're like, no, it's all good, it's all good. It's been here the whole time. I just didn't know. I'm around here trying to be saint shit and wearing my halo every day. But it's here. I've discovered it. I've discovered that I have all of these shadow archetypes. Yeah, but I'm always looking out for you. So you want to have a relationship with your wounded inner child, you like, I'm looking out for you. I know that you see demons being unleashed outside of me and inside of me, but we're gonna be great together. Like, you don't have to worry, I got you, I'm looking out for you. So I just want to say that, because doing this is gonna shake some things up. But I just want y'all to sit on it tonight, meditate on it, write a letter to yourself. Look back to the stuff that hurts you the most, that triggers you the most, what stuff is tripping you up the most, and this is where you want to shoot your target for tomorrow. So yes, so for those of you who having the dizziness and stuff, it's been really strong on my side. I don't know about for you, but again, let's learn from the masters of ceremony. If your physical body is not allowing you to do something, just find another way. You know, use wisdom. Use wisdom, and you what's the word when you just come up right in the moment what to do?
Instant.
Nick Cannon's show, improvise.
Oh, okay.
You do improv with your own self, okay? So if you're watching us right now and you got ringing in the ears, or your head been hurt and you've been dizzy, maybe you having a lot of congestion and stuff, like, yeah, we getting hit with a lot of stuff, but if you survive this, and you will survive this, you're going to be strong and better on the other side of it. So stay focused on who you're becoming, right? And We go talk our big pyramid shit, and we go program that shit into the water.
That's right.
And we go send shit to the ethers with a motherfucking message that I'm wounded and I'm still great, you know? And I don't have to be perfect. So we're going to send a message tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Virgo Bliss said I made a hole in my wall today. That's when I knew I'd been triggered.
Yep.
And time for shadow work again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Yeah.
I know it look like I be real calm and motherly and shit, but I got a side of me that scares me. And so instead of running from it though, it's like, let me work with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me work with you.
I'm gonna say this, and I think we'll be ready. I think one of the things that might be the hardest for us to just come to terms with and come to grips with as it relates to ourselves and doing all of that inner work and shadow work is the duration.
Yeah. Yeah.
It probably took you 20 years to be conditioned. All of us,
Right.
mostly everybody is probably young adults and older that's on here
Yep.
right now. So the level of your mind programming and mind fuckery that has been going on for so long, that's probably over 10 years or more. If you ain't gonna do no shadow work for no month and think it's everything's gone. You know what I'm saying? That's the lie that we can tell ourselves. Well, I've been doing shadow work for a year. Shit, I've been fucked up for 20. You know what I'm saying? So I probably got to do this the rest of my life.
Yeah.
This is a lifestyle for us.
That's right.
That we have to work this stuff the rest of our life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about layers on top of layers on top of layers on top of layers of conditioning, how we managed to cope from our traumas. How we've managed to, our egos have rewired itself and came up with schemes and ways to survive. And so now that you're going within, you think, oh, I did shadow work for a month, I'm good. Shit.
And it take one trigger.
One trigger.
Your ass turned into Freddy Krueger or something.
What?
Jason. Jason.
So it's a lifestyle practice.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that again, identifying what the enemy is.
Yeah. Yeah. Who the true enemy? What are you really upset about?
Yep.
What are you really heartbroken about? You know?
Yep.
We want to refocus. So don't let this underworld energy, you know, the simulation trick you. Just remember it's a fucking simulation, which means it's programmable. This energy is highly programmable. So yeah, let's do it. All right. So I need to make sure that I get some rest tonight, some kind of way. You know, some kind of way I'll make it do what it do.
That's right.
I've been meditating 4 and 5 hours at a time. The headaches, the dizziness when it hits me, when that 5G shit get turned up, I feel it in my ears, the pressure in my ears and everything. So, you know, it's okay. You adapt. You adapt and you improv, right? So master your ceremony, whatever it is for you. You on the stage. You are the center of the limelight. You the fucking star. You are. You are
this.
Always.
Yeah.
You know? And yes, we are masters of the universe by mastering ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some rest tonight. Get y'all some rest tonight. Just make sure you really sit with yourself tonight and just be like, yo, what the fuck am I really ready to face? What is it that I know for sure is not serving me anymore, but it's been difficult for me to let it go, okay? This is the ritual of release that we call rituals, you know?
Lit.
So, you know, tomorrow the roof will be on fire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we do need water. Right? We still gonna let that motherfucker burn. You know what I'm saying?
Burn, motherfucker.
Burn, motherfucker. Burn.
That's right.
There's power in these words. There is power. Let's shift this shit. Major shift, big pyramid shit, big pyramid shit.
Big
We want you to
pyramid
talk
shit
your
popping.
shit.
That's
Yes.
it.
We go
Yes.
talk our shit, freeze that shit, use that shit. And we go do something ain't never
Work
been done
that
on this
shit.
planet before.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you happen to be watching us in time. This was divine
yeah.
timing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go and slide over to the website, REMNANTSGATHERING.com, and read
Thank
the
you.
blog.
Thank you to our moderators.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all be holding it down.
Yes, Woman's Love and Light.
Yes.
Thank you. Leslie, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
We appreciate
I think
y'all.
Terica was in there too.
Okay,
yeah,
Ashe.
Yeah, Ashe.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
It's go time.
That's it.
It's go time. It's time to fall in love with every fucking part of you.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
let's do that. Let's do that. Let's really be in love.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Can we make love in war? Can you make love in war? I challenge you to make love in war.
Miss Mom, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ashe. Well, y'all know what we about to do. Y'all know what we about to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, your third eye has just been kissed. Peace. We got new shit for you too. Ernest been making some shit. I can't wait to show y'all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
All right, y'all.
All
Peace.
right, peace.